Hello everyone. So today's topic is how to write a dissertation project. So this is a step-by-step guide for UG and PG students. So let's get started. So what is a dissertation project actually? So this is the practical project work which is done during the last semester of undergraduate or postgraduate degree courses of science stream. Okay. Now this is usually for a duration of 3 months for undergraduate and 6 months for master's degree students. Okay, in some of the colleges there is no dissertation project work for undergraduate as well, but some of them do have that. So this is the common outline of a dissertation project. So first it contains the cover page, in the front page, then the cover page, certificates, declaration, acknowledgement, content or index, then figure content, table content, abstract, introduction, review literature, aim of the study, methodology, results, discussion, conclusion and references. So we will get into it one by one in details. So first we come to the cover page. So this is the sample of the cover page which we have in almost all of the colleges and universities. So at the heading there is the title of the dissertation project work which has a font size of 20 to 24. Okay, so this is the size range. Then you need to write a dissertation work submitted for the award of whatever degree you are pursuing, BSc or MSc degree, and your subject name of a year. This is the font size 16. Then you write submitted by your name, your roll number, academic session. All this has a font size. Submitted by has a font size of 16 and rest has 14. Now you write your supervisor name under whose guidance you have done your dissertation work. So under the guidance of your supervisor name, name of a department. Okay. So the heading is in 16 and the rest is in 14. So here you put your college or university logo, and then in capital letters you can write name of a department, your college or university name, and the place where it is situated with this pin code. You can also write your passing year at the bottom of the cover page here, okay, after the place. So this is the font size is 16 and here the font style is Times New Roman. So Times New Roman is a common font style which we have to maintain for all your cover pages. Next, coming to the certificate. So here the certificate is basically provided by the colleges, your own institution or from where you are pursuing. Okay, so two types of certificates are attached. So one your college will give and another your supervisor will give from the institute where you are working. Okay, if you are working from any other institute other than your own college. Okay, so if they will provide, then it is okay. If they do not provide, then you can make a manual certificate. Here you can put a logo above the certificate, and the word certificate has a font size of 16, 18 or 20. Okay, so this is the body of the certificate with the place and date, your supervisor name, designation. So all the red lines you need to fill it up with your own information. Okay, and this has a font size of 12. So this is the certificate sample. Next, coming to the declaration. So declaration is given by you. So this is the sample declaration form, and here in the red section you can write your information. Okay, title of your dissertation work, name of your college, name of the place your college is situated, the degree you are pursuing, your supervisor name, university, your college name, place, department, your signature, full name, place and date. Okay, so the declaration word has a font size of again 16, 18 or 20, and the rest has a font size of 12. Okay, so declaration is provided by you that you have yourself done this work. Next, coming to the very important portion, that is acknowledgement. So here what you do, you acknowledge all those people who have helped you throughout your project work. That is starting from your supervisor, your HOD, other faculties, staff members, lab mates, teaching and non-teaching staff. By staff I mean teaching and non-teaching all, your lab mates, your friends, family, and of course the Almighty. Okay, you have to acknowledge all of them in a separate section that is put after the declaration part. Next, coming to the content or index. So this content is written like this. There is a serial number and there is a sub-serial number. Then you write the title and page number. Okay, sub-serial number is, suppose you are giving numbers like 1, 1.1. So here you can write 1.1. Okay. Now, after the main content, there is a list of figure content and list of table content. So make it a separate table for figures and tables. Is the same type of table you have to make. Okay, there is the serial number, title of the figures or tables, and this is the page number. Okay, so do make a separate tables for figure for list of figures and list of tables. Next, coming to the abstract. So abstract, what is abstract? Abstract is a short summary of your whole dissertation work, which includes a little bit of introduction, aim of the study, brief methodology, brief presentation of results, conclusion, and a brief future perspective. Okay. It will basically give an idea of what you have done inside this thesis. Okay, this is the short summary. Now in some of the journal, when you try to publish your manuscript, they have some word limits. Okay, so word limits starts from 250, 300, 500. So according to that, you need to prepare for publication purpose. Now there's a keywords as well. After the abstract, they add 5 to 6 keywords below. So note, there is a note, no need to add discussion in the abstract. There is no need to add any type of discussion which you are writing in the thesis. You don't have to add it in the abstract portion. Okay, pages 1 to 2. So basically it will take one half page. One page will not completely occupy. Okay, half page, half or 1 page. Okay, 1 page is all right. 1 page is enough. After the abstract, you need to put introduction. So introduction, write introduction of your work as to why you have chosen this particular work. Okay, so why you have chosen this particular work as a dissertation project, you have to write the introduction, and then you have to write the aim of the study at the end of the introduction. Okay, so the pages here is 5 to 8 pages. Then you have to add the review of literature. In the review literature, what you do, you back up your reason of doing this work. Why you are doing this work as your dissertation project. Okay, so add a short summary of all the national and international articles which you are reading related to your work, and give a short summary, preferably 1 paragraph each. Okay, to support your reason. So this review literature, it takes around 18 to 25 pages. Then coming to the aim of study, which is very important. So after all the review literature introduction, you have to write the aim of your work. Okay, and after aim of your work, you have to write down your objectives. What are the objectives? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, based on the gap that you identified in the review literature. So you have done the thorough study, the work which you are interested in, and you have done the review literature, and you have identified the gaps, you have identified the limitations, that all this work has not been done, which should be done. Okay, so you are identifying that gaps, and you are taking up that work as your aim of study. Okay, as your dissertation project. So there the pages you need for the aim of study and objectives is 1 only. Okay, 1 page is enough. Next, coming to the methodology. In the methodology section, you have to write a brief materials and method in the sequence that you have followed in order to fulfill the work along with the respective citations. Okay, the objectives you have written, based on that objectives you designed your methodology, and you write it in the thesis in a sequence that you have followed. Okay, for example, for some sampling, what you do, first of all you do the sample collection, right? So that should be in the first method. Second, the purification of the sample, for example. Okay, so like this way you have to make the sequence that you have followed, and you have to give the proper citations, that from where you have taken this methodology, from which article you have taken this methodology, you have to credit that author, right? So that is called in-text citations. The citation which you put inside the text is called in-text citation, and the citation should not be missed. Okay, the methodology should be designed in such a way that it addresses all the objectives of your study. Clear? So the pages that is required for methodology is 3 to 5. So that is enough. Coming to the results section. So in results, what you do, you write the findings of your experiments using proper headings and subheadings. Whatever things you have found out during the study, you have to write it in your results. Write all the qualitative data, you put your quantitative or both types of data, you give figures wherever figure is needed, you give tables wherever it is needed. Okay, so all the things you put in the results section, whatever you have found out. Don't try to copy it from any other article. Okay, otherwise it will become copyright issues. Okay, so this is the note that is given here, that figures and tables should be made by you only. Do not add any copyright items. Okay, to avoid complications, to avoid conflict of interest. Now the pages here depends on your findings, that how much research work you have done, how much findings you have done, that depends. The pages depends on that. Now after result section, you should have discussion section. Okay, in some of the theses or some of the colleges, the faculties, the supervisors, they tell that result and discussion, they prefer to write it together. Okay, so you clarify it before writing the thesis that results and discussion should be separate or together. Okay, make sure you clarify this with your supervisor. So in the discussion section, what happens? You discuss your results with other relevant articles. Why you discuss with other relevant articles? To validate your results, that your results are near about uh, good enough, near about good, better or best. Okay, so you try to compare with the other articles that they have got this and I have got this. Otherwise, they have not found this one and I have found this one. So like this way, you have to relate your articles. Okay, you have to correlate your results with them and show why and how your findings contribute to the aim of your study. So how your study is adds value to the gaps that you are trying to decipher. Okay, that you are trying to bridge. Clear? So you have to write a discussion like that. Now use proper citations wherever necessary. Now citations is a must in the discussion section. Whichever point you write is taken from articles and written in your own words. So you don't forget to add the citations when you're writing discussion. This also depends on your results and it does not has a page limit. And at last you have the conclusion. So conclusion is a short summary of your discussed findings, whatever findings you have discussed in the discussion section. So this is a short summary of that. Conclude your results and discussion in a paragraph. Okay, it shows that the undertaken objectives are fulfilled. Now in the conclusion section only, it will anybody who is reading, the reader will find out that all the objectives has been fulfilled, that was taken up at the end of the introduction, and that the study has contributed something valuable to science and to the society as a whole. Okay? You have to show that your work holds a significant value. Otherwise, why you are doing that work, right? So you have to show that your work is of significant, is very significant, and it is adding value to the science and to the society as a whole. Now, this conclusion it only takes half page. And the reference section, this is also important. Okay, after conclusion we write the references. So reference section contains the bibliography of the citations used in the study throughout. All the citations we have written in the text portion of the manuscript, they should be written in full in the reference section. Okay, no citation should be missed. You can add websites and links as references as well. There is no need to worry, you can add websites and links also. There is a note that the index citation and the references or the bibliography section must follow the same journal style. So whatever the journal style you are following, you have to follow it throughout. Okay, in the index also and in the reference section also. Okay, and this will become clear when we look at some of the examples. Now the pages that is required for references is depends on the use of citation in the thesis, that how many citations you are using in the thesis. Usually it takes around 10 to 20 pages. Now let us see an examples of references. Suppose you have taken some APA style, APA journal style. Okay, so here in the APA journal style you can see they have written the title or the surname in full at the front, and then they have written the name in abbreviation. Okay, Sengani, comma M dot comma. Okay, so this is the writing style. So every author's name has been written in the same style. Then you have this year of publication in bracket. Okay, then you have the title of your research. Okay, so this is the title of the research, and after that they have the journal name. Some journals have abbreviated form, some have full form. Okay, so you have to see for the journal style what is the reference style of the journal, and then they have this 2 is the volume number of the journal, and 37 to 46 is the page number range. Okay, so different journal has different reference style. This is the APA journal and this is the Harvard referencing style. Now this is taken from the Google Scholar. Now what the students do sometimes to avoid work, okay, so what they do, they just copy and paste this APA style and Harvard style from the Google Scholar and they paste it on the Word. So this on the other hand do reduce your time, but the students should remember that whatever style you are taking from the Google Scholar is not mandatory that it will match with the rest of them. Okay, so before submitting your thesis, do cross check. Okay, do cross check that every citations or every reference that you are writing in the reference section has a similar type of writing. Like for example, in the APS style, you have surname in full, name in abbreviation, then you have year of publication in bracket. Okay, whereas in Harvard only you will find that this year of publication is not in bracket. Okay, now here again the journal name is Open Nano. This is the abbreviated form of the journal, whereas in some journal they will find that you have to write the full form of the journal. Okay, and some has this volume number with issue number as well, and then the page number. Okay, so make sure you cross check your reference style in the in-text as well as in the reference section to avoid mistakes. Yeah, so that's all for today's video. I hope you have understood this video today, and if so, do give it a thumbs up. If you have any queries regarding this, write it in the comment section below and we will try to solve it for you. Don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting updates, and hit the bell icon for quicker notifications. You can also follow us on LinkedIn page. The link is in the description below. See you in our next video. Till then, stay tuned.